Hi guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope everyone is doing fantastic. I want to give you a bird's eye view of what I saw when I pulled up at the park today. Unfortunately, we're going to walk in spirit because it is not only raining, there is a thunderstorm. So as I've said many times, I'm dedicated, but I'm not crazy. So we're going to record today and just have a beautiful visit together here in my car. And you can kind of see the storm. The storm is unfolding, but that's okay. I like a storm as long as I'm not as long as I'm not in it. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful week. And this is the channel, quite frankly, I've said it before, I'll say it again. This channel checks the boxes, guys. This channel really checks the boxes. We come together. We are a positive community. I think you can certainly see that in the heartfelt comments that you make weekly. Our focus is lift. We're elevating physically, mentally, spiritually. I invite you to get on your shoes, your walking shoes every day and join me. Weather permitting, thunderstorms are rare, but weather permitting, I'm out here every single day. And I just encourage you, let's get in the swing of things with consistency, because with consistency, folks, you will see the results in every area of your life. So let's jump into the content. And I want to thank a very loyal subscriber for today's topic. The topic of the content today is three certain signs that someone is just not good for you. And I have to tell you, I had planned another topic for today. Actually, the topics run, I have them planned out well in advance, but from time to time I will receive a note and I really just stop what I'm doing because I'm so concerned or I'm so moved by what I've read. And in your case, Byron, this was true. Your note really deeply, it moved me, but it concerned me. And I said, let me cut into regularly scheduled programming to talk to you. Give you a little bit of background, guys. What Byron is dealing with. His mother passed there's that thunder, guys. His mother passed about 5 years ago. And before his mother, see, you can hear it. I'm not kidding. It is a storm out here. His mother passed about 5 years ago and basically more or less on her deathbed requested that Byron would always keep a space, for his uncle. That was her brother, that, he would always make space to include him in the family and, what have you, even though this uncle has had a strained relationship with the entire family. So Byron just wrote me in a pickle and he said, I try to accommodate him, holidays, he travels here. We invite him for a few days of the summer and I'm really trying to honor that promise and really keep him included in the family, but he's just a very difficult person. He has just left our home, and I promise you, Sheila, it takes at least a good 2 weeks after he leaves for me to get my equilibrium back. I feel sick to my stomach. I literally have to be in bed a day after he's gone. He, insults our cooking. He's not fond of my wife. He doesn't have good things to say about my children, but yet I really feel like I'm caught because I'm really trying to honor this promise that I made to my mother, but it's getting tougher and tougher. So Byron, I'm just going to give you some it's compassionate and loving and direct guidance, if you will, advice, because I really feel in my heart that you need to hear this. And I know you didn't reach out to me for a checklist, but I am going to basically share this checklist with you. And I created this checklist some years ago for circumstances like this, because sometimes your heart can get in the way. But the reality is, there are times when a person is just not good for us. I really don't know how else to say it. There's times when a person, they are just not good for us. And without you even realizing it, Byron, you have checked all the boxes on the checklist. Let me go over the checklist just for the benefit of the subscribers. Number one is their chronic strained communication. That's the first item to know if someone is not good for you. Number two, when you are in touch with this person, you feel worse after. You may have been in a good mood, but when you're in touch with this person, when there is contact on the phone or in person, you feel bad after. Low spirit, not feeling good. So that's another tall tale sign. And next, third, there is dead or toxic energy coming at you. So I repeat, there is dead or toxic energy coming at you. And Byron, you check all those boxes. So one of the things I want you to hear me and hear me well. I'm not saying that your uncle is evil, but what I'm saying is he is not good for you, okay? And I want to just put some strategy in this for you, because I think the heavy emotion and your connection with your mom is clouding your judgment. Your mother said to you, I want you to promise me you'll stay in touch with him and keep a space available for him in your life. You didn't tell me, based on what I read, that she told you be walked over and put up with his shenanigans. The reality is there's a lot of different ways to keep a space for him available without you feeling sick at the end of a visit. Byron, you've got medical issues going on as a result of this person. My heart goes out to you, because I've dealt with these toxic individuals where you feel so drained. Quite frankly, at the end of a phone call or at the end of a visit, you don't even know if you're coming or going. You don't know if you're coming or going. That is a tall tale sign that the person is toxic. It's a tall tale sign. And I have to tell you, yes, I'm not a cruel person. And I know that you're not. I can tell you're a really loving person just based on what you put in the note and how you wrote the note. I love kind people. I see what you're trying to do. I love you for it. But what you have to understand about your uncle, and this goes for anyone who's just consistently, repeatedly bad behavior, toxic behavior. I'll go back to that promise you made for your mom. There's more than one way to keep that promise. Keep a space for him. But how about this, uncle? How about the next visit you stay at the Comfort Inn down the street? How about that? You're not appreciating our food. You're making wisecracks at my significant other, my children. You don't appreciate our accommodations. So how about you join us? You join us for a bite to eat in the evening. So see, Byron, there's a lot of different ways to do this than putting yourself square in the middle of pain. Sounds like humiliation to me. And quite frankly, heavy duty toxicity. What everyone has to understand about human nature, and this is behavior 101, what you do, Byron, is, every time he comes to your home, he treats you like garbage. He's difficult. And then you turn around 3 months down the road and you invite him again. What you're doing is reinforcing behavior. You're reinforcing his behavior. And as far as he's concerned, someone like that, yeah, he doesn't care. I'm going to keep going with it. And I'll tell you what's more. your uncle likely realizes that you do have a kind heart, you do have a soft heart, so he's taking full advantage of that. You said to me that he doesn't behave like this with everyone in the family. He doesn't behave like this with everyone in the family, and he doesn't go anywhere else with anyone in the family because they've had enough of him. They won't allow him to come in their space and behave this way. So I'll be willing to make a bet. And you send me a note and let me know if my prediction is true or not. You tell him that what he's going to do next time is stay in a hotel. You need to create some boundaries in space around your contact with him. He's going to get upset, and he's probably going to tell you, well, I'm not going to come into town. And you know what? He's going to show up, Byron, because he has nowhere to go. He has nowhere to go. But what you've done is you've put some boundary management in place. There's a balance, and you know, it's not even about you feeling good or needing to feel good all the time. It's not about being right. It's not even about punishing him. He is who he is and what he is. It's about taking a balanced walk. It's about walking with honor and respect for yourself and for your journey. And we can all see, guys, when things fall out of balance, we've all seen the results. When a situation falls out of balance, whether it be our life or a relationship, the reason why it looks rocky, doesn't look right, doesn't feel right, is because anything that's out of balance, there's going to be discomfort. There's going to be some pain. So this whole situation, Byron, is begging for some balance, and it's really begging for some correction. I know I'm being a little bit hard on you, but it's only because I want you to have this balance in your life. I don't want you curled up because your stomach is doubled over, nervous and pain, because this man has literally on a cellular level, your immunity gets lowered in his presence because of that cruelty and that toxicity that is coming at you. So you guys, part of my core message today is when someone is not good for you, you don't have to continue to engage at all, first of all, but you don't have to continue to engage as you have been. We're not using enough borders, boundaries, regulations, standards for our lives. I'll be darned if someone's going to come into my house. I know what it is to have guests. I mean, really, it takes something to make your house nice, to prepare the food, and he's complaining about meals? I mean, are you kidding me? I'm sure there's a McDonald's down the street somewhere. I'm taking my time to prepare. We've got a soft bed for you, and you're complaining? That's just ridiculous. I have a friend of mine. She has 4 children. She comes to stay with me. She may visit every other year or so, and I'm telling you, and it's not like I live in the Taj Mahal. It's a nice, comfortable space, but I accommodate her, and I insist, you know, don't go stay in a hotel. Stay with me because she's sweet. She's gracious. It's a bonus, guys. It's a fun and elevated visit. I mean, who wants to be around someone who's complaining, who's disrespectful? I feel better. I feel better when her and her children, after they leave, I feel better than I felt when they came. Whether or not I'm cooking for a week, whether or not it's extra cleaning, extra duty, that has nothing to do with it. But Byron, what he's doing, you feel so bad because he's an emotional vampire. He has taken your energy from you. So let me go over the checklist one more time. Number 1, if someone is not good for you, chronic and strained communication, that's the first criteria. Second criteria, contact makes you feel worse. You feel worse at the end of the contact than you did at the beginning. That's characteristic of an emotional vampire. Next, dead or toxic energy coming at you. Okay, so Byron, you know, it's my message to you. He is not good for you. You do not have to continue to take this treatment. You need to put some borders and boundaries in place, because the reality is there are some people, nice people can regulate themselves. I'm telling you that right now. Kind people regulate. Thoughtful people regulate themselves. The renegades, these difficult people, the toxic people, they don't. So we have to do the regulation. And I also want to say, just because someone is bad for you, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. In your case, Byron, I think your uncle has some problems, but I do want to make that distinction. Someone could be bad for you, but they're not necessarily a bad person. It's just based on who you are and who they are. It's not a good mix. So, you know, the other strong message is you don't have to keep going with it, guys. You don't have to go, because sometimes it's just an oil and water mix. It's not going to mix. Let's put some things in place, some boundaries, some distance, and go on with your life. Sometimes it's just not going to work out. Believe me, I know. I've had situations, I've had relationships like this. It's been so painful to just have to realize, look, this is kind of an oil-water mix. I have no ill will for you, but I need to go on and have the best possible life I can. So you deal with those individuals with borders and boundaries, preferably from a distance if you can. If you can't, you really need to have some things in place so you can stay healthy. So guys, it's just something to think about. If you feel like someone is not good for you, I want you to revisit that checklist, because it is definitely powerful. I'm going to get myself out of this. I'm going to get myself out of this storm and get myself home, although it's kind of pretty to watch. It's getting a little hectic out here. So, all right, guys, I'll catch up with you soon. This is a channel that checks the boxes for you. Bye-bye.